The following is a memo that a former supervisor once wrote to us reporters on the police beat. It offers great insight into the amount of schmoozing and massaging involved in our job. I will say that the guy who wrote it is an excellent reporter who is willing to do real work to get a story rather than rely on the kindness of cops he'd done favors for. Be that as it may, the man is also a brown-noser without equal. A memo to whom it may concern. It's really sad that I have to write the ABCs of being a police reporter down for you losers. It may have been 10 years since I was last on the crime beat, but let me say this. The TMPD club team is capable of making great war plans, but not winning the battle. Don't take this as advice from your boss, but take it as advice from your elder and senior reporter. The job is harder than you think it is. If you just mechanically make the rounds or get by on the Yomirdi name, only 1 or 2 cops out of 10 will leak anything to you. Maybe. If you just aimlessly visit cops at their homes during the evening, you won't get them to say anything. Anybody can get the addresses of detectives from their senpai, senior reporters, and go to the house, wait a couple of hours, and when they come home, butter them up and occasionally prime the pump with tickets to a Giants baseball game. If it were just a matter of doing that over and over, even a first-year reporter at GG Press could do it. I'm aware that each person on the beat tries to shore up the sections she is in charge of. I know that you're figuring out which cop is worth bringing into the fold, but the issue is, what are you doing to get that cop to be a source? What are you doing to distinguish yourself from other reporters? Take a moment to reflect on your efforts. Do you take care of the cop you want to crack? Have you asked him his birthday, place of birth, family lineage, the birthdays of his wife and kids, his wedding anniversary, when his kids start school, whether they have found a job, what holidays or special events the family has coming up? Do you say proper greetings on those occasions, or even better, bring a present? Do you take small gifts when you call on the cops in the evening? If you take them tickets to the Yomiuri Giants game, they won't be impressed. Oh, he's a reporter for the Yomiuri newspaper, so he probably gets them for free, is what they'll be thinking. Go to Daimaru in Tokyo Station or someplace like that, and buy a regional food or drink from the area where you were born. Then tell your cop buddy, I had someone back home send this. Or, I bought this back from a trip for you. Those kind of lies are very effective. And timing is important. If you take him a warm meat pastry or a hot sweet bean pastry on a cold day, all the better. If the cop doesn't come home, give it to his wife or girlfriend or mistress. Tell her, here, if it gets cold, it doesn't taste good. This at least gets her to open the front door, and that's always an important first step. Do you ask the cops to get food or something to drink with you? Do you make efforts to get the police to ride in the hired limousine with you? On a rainy day or when the snow falls, this is the perfect opportunity to send them from their house to the train station or vice versa. Do you randomly visit cops in the morning? Do you take copies of the Yomiuri to cops who don't subscribe to the Yomiuri? Even if you just spend 100 yen, about $1, to give the guy a can of coffee or a sports drink, that's enough to set you apart from the pack. If one of your cop buddies is sick, do you take the time to visit him in the afternoon? If you just go visit him in the evening, that's about the level of a first-year reporter from Yamagata Television. If the wife or kids of the cops have a cold, buy some cold medicine, some orange juice, and take it to the house. When you have the night shift, do you always let your cop buddy know that? Hey, I'm up all night at the office, so if anything interesting goes on, give me a buzz. If your pal is on the night shift at the head office, take him a snack and bullshit for a while. Instead of complaining that you can't get through to the police when a new case breaks, make an effort to get in good with the public affairs guys so you are the first one to catch the story. If you just complain, the cops really favor the television reporters, nothing will change. That's the kind of whining you hear from first-year reporters at the Yamagata newspaper, or even a part-time chick employed at the Akita office. If all you do is complain, you could have 10 years on the police beat and still not win against the TV reporters. If you don't know your cop's birthday, use the branch offices, senior reporters, even employees at the local ward office to find out. Public utility companies also know the names and phone numbers of cops and where they have moved to recently. Are you making use of the association of people from your prefecture, such as the Saitama Prefecture Native Association? Even if you are a Tokyoite, join the prefectural association of where you were first assigned as a reporter. Use your police connections from when you were at a regional office to meet Tokyo cops who attended the police academy at the same time as your sources did. Hanging out with your family and their family at the same time is the ultimate way to cultivate a source. Families that play together stay together. Have you ever taken your wife and kids with you on a Saturday and stopped by? Because we were in the neighborhood? Do you get your sources to introduce their kohai, younger officer friends and proteges, to you? If you know a cop who's going to retire this year, shamelessly become friends and get him to introduce his remaining buddies. End of memo. If you think the system creates a very cop-friendly, biased reporting style, you are absolutely correct. The Japanese police are extremely adept at manipulating the press, and we were extremely willing to submit to this manipulation for the possibility of getting a scoop.